guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be giving you guys some tips and tricks on how to get hired in Sephora, and I'm going to talk to you guys about my experience with the hiring process and basically like what it's like to work at Sephora, because a lot of people think it's one thing but really it's something else. So yeah, if you want to know how to get hired in Sephora, at least my experience, then just keep watching. So first things first, Sephora does look for retail experience. If you guys do not have retail experience, it's gonna be a little harder for you to get the job. So if you guys don't have any retail experience, try to get some beforehand, or just you really have to like make your resume look A1. I really try to focus my resume around customer service, because customer service is really important because you are working in retail, you are going to be dealing with customers at the end of the day. So customer service is key. So because I didn't have any retail background, I really tried to focus my resume on customer service. So the first step when applying to Sephora is obviously to apply. It's always easier to get the job when you know someone that works there already, but if you don't know someone, in my case, I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks. So what I did was that I applied to Sephora, and a week or so later I went into Sephora and I started talking to one of the girls that worked there, and we vibed and like we got along really well. And from then on, I had asked her, I'm like, hey, are you guys hiring? Knowing that I already submitted my application. She's like, yeah, we are actually. Like, give me your name and your phone number. I'll give it to my manager. I really think you'd be really good here. And I was like, okay, cool. Her manager calls me a few days later asking me to come in. So this is when everything kind of changes up a bit, because I would always go on YouTube and look up like Sephora interview process, how to get hired in Sephora. And I would see these videos where people would come in for group interviews first, and then they would do individual interviews after that. And my interview process was completely different from that. So I was like a little shook. I'm like, I didn't study any of this. I don't know what to do. So basically, like what I had to do was, in the first part of the interview process, was to come in and to do a trial, I guess. So basically you would work in Sephora for about an hour. And the reason my manager would do that is because she wants to see how well you are with customers. She wants to see that you're able to sell products. She wants to see how well you get along with the other girls. And basically it's also for you to see how you like working at Sephora, because you think it's one thing, but really it's something else. It's one thing to know about makeup and like makeup and applying makeup, but it's a different thing to sell makeup. Doing that trial gives you an idea of what it's gonna be like, what you're gonna be doing, what you have to say, how to deal with customers, and see if like working in Sephora really is for you, you know? I go to the trial thing. You have to go dressed in all black, and there's about like 4 other girls and a guy there. The first time I did this was in June. I was really nervous. I didn't know what to expect. I've never worked ever in my life, so I didn't know how to properly approach someone without making it seem too awkward or anything, or making it seem like I'm being persistent or pushy. After the whole process, manager talks to you and she's just kind of like, okay, like, how did you guys like it? What did you guys think? You'll be hearing from me in a few weeks. 2 weeks went by and I never heard from her, and I was just kind of like, hey, whatever, like, I didn't get the job. And then I'm gonna tell you guys, like, a month later, she calls me and she's like, hey, like, I know I'm calling you late. We want to ask you if you want to come in for the holiday season. Like, oh shit, bitch. Like, all right. I'm like, even though it's only holiday season and it's freaking July and the holiday season doesn't start until like October, November, like, I am going to make sure they don't forget my face. I'm going to make sure that I'm always there. I'm going to be annoying, basically, because I really want this job. I probably showed up in Sephora from that time she called me in July to October about 7 or 8 times, maybe, constantly popping up, constantly being like, hi, how are you? Like, I'm just here cruising around. I started calling the store to find out when I was gonna start around October, and the manager was never there. Like, the manager that gave me the job, she was never there when I called. I went like on a Wednesday morning and she was literally like about to leave, and she was like, oh my god, Carelia, hey, how are you? And she remembered my name, and I was like, oh my god, okay, cool. So she told me, she's like, if you're still interested, like, we're doing the hiring thing again on Saturday, this time for 2 hours. If you still want the job, you can come back and do it again. I was like, shit, like, I thought this thing was for sure. Like, now I have to do this whole interview process all over again, starting off from the beginning. And I'm like, fine, whatever. Like, I really want this job. I didn't like wait this long to not do it. I already done it before, so I already know what to expect. And so I showed up dressed in all black, of course. It was a lot easier the second time around than it was the first time around, mostly because I had already done it. So I already knew what to expect. I already somewhat knew how to go up to customers for if they needed help or anything. And throughout, like this time it was 2 hours long, but that day was it was like crazy packed. Like it was to a point where like I was barely able to like get through from how packed it was, and I was so shook. I was like, oh my god, like there's so many people here. Throughout the 2 hours, the manager, like she came up to me and she asked me questions. So basically it was kind of like an interview plus a trial at the same time. She asked me for my availability, how I see myself working here, how do I like the environment so far. I told her like the overall energy in the store like is very positive. The girls seem really nice, and they're people like I feel like I can get along with. And she even mentioned, she's like, that's actually really important. And she's like, I'm glad that you said that, because she really like, it's really important to get along with the other girls, because if not, then it's just going to create a negative environment in the store, and no one ever wants that for the customer, you know. So you really have to like kind of sell yourself. She starts telling me that she's very impressed because like she really liked me the first time around, but she kind of felt like something was missing. 2 parts to the interview process. So there was a trial, and then there was the actual interview. So whoever she picks from the trial moves on to the second part of the interview process, which is the actual interview. She told me, she's like, you won't be hearing from me for another 2 weeks because I'm actually not going to be here. And I was like, damn, like 2 weeks, that's so long. But then the next day comes around, I get a call from the store, and she's like, hey, like, it's so-and-so. I just want to let you know that you got the job. I ended up getting the job. I was only temporary, holiday. I had 2 months to really show them that, you know, I belong there. So if this ends up being your case, that you end up doing holiday season to move on to temporary, try to take those months that you're there only temporarily to get along with all the girls. Because what I noticed is that managers ask for feedback from the other employees that work there. Try to go out of your way, always be available. If you do end up doing the trial, guys, like you have to try to find a way to make yourself stand out from all the other girls. Because yes, everyone loves makeup, everyone knows how to apply makeup. We love talking about makeup, and we all love helping people. But what is something about you that's gonna make you stand out from everyone else? You know, like your manager asks you like, why do you want to work for Sephora? Don't be like, oh, because I love makeup. Because that's what everyone says. So what's gonna make you stand out from all the other girls? And at the end of the day, it all is gonna come down to personality. It's all gonna come down to how well you sell products. It's all gonna come down to how good is your customer service. It's all gonna come down to how quickly you learn and how quickly you pick up on things around the store. Yes, I know that your nerves can get in the way and they can stop you from really expressing yourself. But trust me, like if they tell you no the first time, apply again. Who cares? Apply again, keep showing up. So as far as like interview questions, I didn't get much. So I really can't help you guys. If you do group interviews, it's kind of the same thing. Like what's gonna make you stand out from all of the other girls? Try to think of responses other than I love makeup, you know? You can throw in like, you know, I love being able to teach people my tips and tricks and little techniques to make it easier for them to apply their makeup. Like I love that it's a learning environment, like we can all learn from each other, little things like that, because Sephora is a learning environment. You can try to like emphasize and touch on that rather than just I love makeup. I do want you guys to remember that working at Sephora isn't what it always seems to be. At the end of the day, you're doing customer service. You're gonna get people who think they're above you. You're gonna get people who are super rude to you. You're gonna get people who are foreigners and they don't know the language, so there's always going to be a language barrier at times. So you have to know how to work around that, you know. Not only that, but then you also have to keep an eye out on people who may be stealing things. You guys, it's retail, it's customer service. It's not all just, oh, I'm going to talk about makeup all day long. Like, no, like you're going to be talking about makeup. You're going to be trying to sell as much makeup as you can. You're going to be cleaning makeup. You're going to be teaching how to apply makeup. That is everything in my spiel on my experience on how to get a job in Sephora, and I really hope you guys picked up some tricks. Just remember, if you're gonna take anything away from this video, is to be persistent, get along with the other employees. It's all about your personality at the end of the day. What's gonna make you different from all the other girls? What's gonna make you stand out from all the other girls, you know? So yeah, so if they tell you no one time, don't be discouraged. Apply again, keep showing up, and just be positive. It's all about positive vibes. So yeah, I really hope this video is organized enough for it to make sense. So I really hope my little story time experience of my interview process with Sephora really helps you guys out. I wish you guys nothing but the best of luck if you guys are applying to Sephora. That is it for today's video. So as of right now, don't forget that I am uploading every Tuesday and Thursday, so if you don't want to miss out on a video from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video and if you like me, like the video and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next one.